usually leads to a nice bounce. Pretty much that's what they did, right? They broke this, then they gave a decent pullback here, and then they proceeded literally to go from open higher. Here, I mean, I was mentioning that we put in a lower high and lower low. And the 20 was the ultimate target for the short, if anyone shorted, right? And that came very close to that 20, coming like what, half a point away. And then obviously the rest is history. They ran that. Did you guys have the weekly VPOC here at 64.5? You guys should have had it. We hit it, in trading hours. We hit that to a penny, and now, of course, you guys see us. We were breaking above it, overnight. So fairly straightforward, Dave. When you zoom out a little bit, we can remove all of this. So you guys can kind of see where we are in terms of price action. We really haven't made, it might look like we had a massive day, right? We haven't really broken the first supply test yet. And I would say this is really the first supply test here that we're running into right now. And you're kind of sitting there right here, right? I would say this is the level 42.67, maybe a little bit lower, somewhere around here. This is the level that you're watching, and we're above that level right now. And you see that this is supply. If you're able to hold this, most likely you're going to target the next one at 43.50. And then ultimately, right, if you go on the daily, you'll find where you consolidated the most, right? I would say you had a consolidation here, and the other one is all the way up here. So the best thing you can do if you're looking from, the bigger levels, right, is that you have something like this and get an idea how big is the volume node that you're looking at, right? So if you look now, that volume node is not so big compared to the others, right? I would say this is fairly large node here, and then ultimately 45.20 is the big one. And I remember this level before when we were attempting to bounce from here. We really never got there. We put in lower highs and we haven't really made progress to it. Could be now that they're, buying bonds and supplies there, but they're buying back a lot less. I believe they're only going to be doing $10 billion next year compared to like $150 billion that they did this year. So that's a drastic difference in terms of bonds buying. And I think Dumpsty posted a really good video from Andy. I mean, I would say he's the expert from anyone on Twitter on the bonds. He did a pretty good explanation on the bonds and how it works and impacts, right? I don't think we're out of the gutter yet, even though it might seem. If you guys look at the bonds and you look at the DXY, I don't necessarily think we are out of the gutter yet. If you guys remember, we drew this, whatever you want to call it, bull flag, and they came back perfectly here, trapped the longs, and now they're pulling back. It doesn't necessarily mean the markets are going to rip, in my opinion. I think we might have a rush, to get maybe to even like 43.20s. Ultimately, I would expect 4,400 to be retested. If you guys look, this supply here hasn't been tested, and that POC stays. So 43.87. I'd be really interested on a big term level. This is the level I would target. Is there going to be setbacks? Of course, right? Trading wouldn't be fun if it wasn't for, hey, go here and then eventually get to that level, right? And I think this level is doable this week. And just like we mentioned about NQ running the opposite of the values, if you guys remember, they pretty much did that. So I wouldn't, as long as we're able to pop this above the zone here, I wouldn't doubt that we can go, reject a little bit here, then ultimately drive all the way to 43.75 and then the POC that we just had here. Okay, that's the big picture that I would be after, right? And then if you guys go on your 1 hour, man, my throat's just so itchy. If you guys go on 1 hour and you look at your weekly profiles, right? The value area high, obviously, for this week is still low, right? We haven't shifted. I'm pretty sure we will shift if we are able to consolidate above this POC here. So this is our prior week POC. And I would make sure you guys have this level here. So I had 42.64.5. Somehow it's a quarter less now. But this is your value area high at the moment. So we attempted to break that out, right in the beginning of the week on Monday, and we were not really successful breaking it. So now we're going to be coming back to that point, and that's going to be super important, right? Because this is, it would be what if you're break above and hold here, what is it then? in terms of value?
80%.
Acceptance.
Well, it would be acceptance in this area, but you're not ready to break out. That means you're not disagreeing on the value that's being accumulated here. So this could be a longer term bracket, right? If this is our PV value area low, that doesn't mean from weekly perspective, we haven't broken the high yet, right? If this is our previous week high, we haven't really broken this yet.
From the prior week, we had a couple days of single prints that literally to get over it, you need to be over probably 4304.
Well, I would say that that's probably right because you have this, I don't know if you guys can see it, it's a little light. You have this giant volume node here that's sitting, and I think you're probably referring to somewhere around here if there's a single print in the volume profile.
Yeah, we had a couple days of
And then
single
you
print.
had this one here,
Yeah.
4313. Yeah, so well, this is just weekly profile that I'm looking at. These are some of the levels I'll keep an eye on. Pretty sure we're gonna be tapping this if you're able to. If we hop over 4300, 4350 gets probably there the same day that we break over 4300, right? And then it seems like something. My weekly just seems to be off on this one. Okay. And then I would highlight these high volume nodes from the prior week because all of these should offer resistance. I don't know if you guys saw today, the 42.45 was at a good level today as well, and that offered some resistance in the pullback that we had to 20. If you can play some of these larger nodes, they will have sellers sitting there. It's not like they just disappear. But if the momentum and aggression of buying, right, is there, they might not really retest any of these high volume nodes. If you guys paid attention to footprints today, did you guys check ES at all on a daily? Anyone did? No? Here's your footprints on a daily for ES. You guys see that? That's pretty massive in terms of buying, right? So you can't discount this, especially if, you know, they're going to be running this, you know, the 10 years fell, the 2 years spiked as well. So everything's moving, you know, the bonds are going up. We're going to have asset prices, stock prices go up. It's kind of weird moment right now what the market will do. Could this be the drive for them to exit and sell if, you know, Middle East is going to get a little more hot than it is? Yeah, definitely. But remember, we did bounce off a key level, and now all of a sudden the relief news are coming in. You guys know about the 41 level that we were sitting for a while, right? Anticipating this. And if this doesn't give you confidence to buy some long swings on major POCs like we had, 3-year POC, you will never get the confidence to buy swings. And now hopefully your feelings, you can kind of be like, oh crap, how terrified were you when we were coming down to 41.40? Was there anyone that was like, oh no, I'm not terrified? Probably majority of the people were terrified and looking for puts as we approach. You know, we broke 4,200, they're targeting 4,100s and then, you know, 4,000. But I mean, 41.40 did its job, I would say. So far it held, you know, they dipped below, they scared some people. And then, I mean, think about it, another 130 points away from that level right now. So you have to ignore the feelings and look at your charts, you know, when things come to that level. Dumpsty was joking about Tesla, but Tesla is a prime example on a daily, guys. I mean, if you guys look at it, it's really, really solid. This was our bounce, and you know, this is where we got some calls, and look, 205 here. And it's probably, I would say, probably gonna go higher than what we were anticipating here. I would expect this, but to potentially go 220s, 230s.
It's 208 already after hours.
Yep. Okay. So when you zoom in on the smaller time frame, I would keep this PV value area high really, really close as you're trading tomorrow, right? I would be really aware of this level. What you want to see if you're a bear, you want to see us jump over it and then you want to see a slow fade, right? You want to see that we come and then the auction stalls and we go back inside. And then eventually, if they do this, this means that we're just going to be dancing in the bracket here, probably for longer periods of time. I think they might be anticipating something else, and therefore we're just going to dance there. It's not, considering that this was a huge level, is it normal to get this type of bounce? I would say yes, it's a 3-year POC, so there's a lot of data that was there. Considering the news, I think they scared a lot of people. A lot of people were, remember when I said that people might release their hedges? I think I mentioned that a day before. We didn't have Watchlist yesterday. I think it was Monday, right? I mentioned that if they release the hedges, right, especially at the big level like this, you get this momentum squeeze. You could potentially run this all the way up. And I don't think necessarily we're done. I think we're going to crack this. We're going to have some trouble, set some traps. Do we have any big news tomorrow? Let me just check.
Apple ER.
Well, we have jobless claims. What else? Factory orders. How did the Italy car registration do? That's really important.
It beat.
No, man. Yeah, we're gonna do great, guys. It's a really good indicator. I use Italian car registrations to know if I buy bonds or stocks. And that was a joke. You guys can laugh.
I'm laughing at how little I know. I'm laughing at myself.
So we have a poor high, and we have single prints on the bottom. I do like to mark my single prints when I see them, right? I just put SPE, and you guys see what they did here in the morning. Why was this pushed back here? Does anyone think about this? Why was the price? Why do we come back to this level in the morning?
Because of the GPO the day
I didn't think
before.
it did dip in the morning.
We came to 42.15. What do you mean? This morning?
Yeah, after open.
Yeah, we dipped.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Because of the day before, right there.
As you get older, Dumpsteep.
Yeah, I know. I am old.
But this is what I wrote. We had a poor high and poor low indicating we did not finish the business either. So I expect a wide range today and I can only consider breakout upside 42.01, 41.22 on the downside. 41.22 is extreme. I added it just because, the Jay Powell and his comments, right? What it might do. But they came back here. They gapped up. They didn't really close the gap, I would say, but they did come in close enough for, the tap of the poor high. And then, of course, they proceeded higher. So I would say there's not a lot of single prints here, right? I mean, you don't have any. This is just one. They're not really decisive on selling here. So I would anticipate that we see probably this period, or was this M? I can't even see it. Yeah, it should be N. Right here, kind of hold 42.58. That'll be a decent level probably for overnight for some scalps. I don't know where we are at the moment, but I'll definitely watch this.
We're at 42.68,
Yeah, okay.
almost 69.
I would watch this level here just because this is going to be your VPOC here, and I think it's going to carry some weight for tomorrow if we get a response back. And the goal is now to stop the buying, right? So they're going to look for a stop where supply is. We have major supply here. If you guys remember, we talked about this 3-day balance, I would say Monday. And remember when we tried to highlight the 3 days and it didn't work? I don't know if Dumpsty tried to help. He did his own math, figure that out, but it didn't really work. The profile was sitting somewhere around here. And that's exactly where we rejected, which was also the weekly POC. So now, if you're able to crack this POC, where do you guys think we go?
PA8.
There's a high.
78.
Value area high.
Yeah, most likely you're going to go 42.80. This will be your target, next target above this POC. And I would be really, really cautious initiating longs here in this area. If you guys want to initiate this above, by all means do it. I'm not interested in taking this long till I see this area cleared. The reason being is that last time we accumulated here and we had a, you had a decent dump from the value area. What was it, 42.12 that we dumped? From that, you lost 90 points, and now you quickly, reversed all of that based on the 4-day balance, and now you hit that POC and you didn't like it, and now after hours, you're over it. If you lose that POC tomorrow, let's say the 42.64, where would you guys expect it to go then?
47.
Back to the VPUC.
There's a high chance
Low.
you're going to come back here. It'll be around 42.50, and I think there's happens to be a single print there. Yep. So you have two single prints, right? The 42.52 to 42.49. This would be the area they're most likely targeting for a bounce, in my opinion, tomorrow. So I would mark this as a single print here, and I would just have it kind of for a view here. But this would be an area that, let's see, prior 3-day, well, I would just keep that for a bounce. And I'm just marking levels of what's kind of going through my head. I want to be bullish from here to here. I'm not really interested heavily trading in here. If I trade, I'll take one ES, one NQ. If we pop over this level, then things change for me, right? I'm looking to see how can we, get some, more range in our move, right? Being careful of this level here. Why is that?
Single print.
Prints.
Yeah, we have single prints. So until this level is really, really cleared, you can't target the upper target of these, right? Remember, we were supposed to actually range in here, but they quickly selected to, go the other way, right? They had potentially probably somebody, hey, we can buy lower. So they sold off aggressively, and now they sold. They drove to the magnet 41.40, and now they're reversing it. So if they're able to take out this seller here, that you'll find out how aggressive he was, right? If you look at it from TPO perspective, that this does not show a lot of aggression in my books, right? 2 TPOs is borderline as if you're not really 100% sure. So even though it's an uppercase, I would call it, a P or in a regular D shape, leaning more down on the extensions. I would watch for this level. If we reclaim this level, I think you have a really high chance to at least go, 42.31 and then push towards the value area high, 43.54. Okay. And you guys can do this same thing on volume profile. I would probably do that as well here. So let's do that. Let's switch. Any questions so far on TPS? So far, we're leaning more bullish as long as we hold 42.64. We cannot lose that level. So the bulls have to hold that level tomorrow. Let's see what is going on. I wish it would automatically recognize when I'm on TPO versus the other one.
Make a new layout.
Yeah, I'm not that. Not that.
Savvy.
Yeah. This level will be huge here. Why? Everybody understand why this level is going to be big? If you had 3-day balance, value area high shifted, and today's value area low matches that it gives you a little bit more confluence. What was previously value area high now is considered a value area low. That becomes a really good test to ensure the buyers are there, and you can always expect, I would say, a bounce there, right? And then you have a VPUC sitting somewhere here at 42.26. I don't remember this level at all. Like previously, I'm not sure why they found this interesting level now. 42.20 was a 2022 value area high. Did I? Okay. Where the 23 value shift? Anyone has it up? I don't care for it too much, but did they shift? Okay. If anyone has it. Oh man. Well, this is an ugly looking profile volume. Obviously, if they clear, below 42, below this level here, 42.53, they can really accelerate it all the way down to 42.43, and then below that, they really hit 42.33, and then they slow down 7 points. But as of right now, it seems like they reaccumulated for a move higher, so I would definitely watch this area. Losing this 48 gives you 15 points with a small slowdown at 43. I would look short below this area. 42.64 would be a good sign that we're losing steam, right? And then if we lose this bottom of this, well, call it 53, 42.53, you have a higher chance to continue down. I don't think it'll be easy to break this level because what was one support, and then they reaccumulated at that support and they went lower. Now we're coming back first time for a revisit from the bottom. Does that make sense? Like you see here, they accumulated, popped, they reaccumulated, they gave a fake trap to the bulls, and then they popped down. Now you're back to this level. It could be a decent trap also for bulls again. But
Shorty,
if they regain,
the 2023, like you said, it did shift.
yeah, I would anticipate it to shift a little bit. I just don't know.
Yeah, a
how
little
much.
bit. The value area high and the value area low.
Up.
Up it did, and even low, I had it. Yeah, it went up.
Yeah.
Everything went up.
Yeah. So this is my key level is I want to see how do we react 42.80 high and then previous week high that's sitting here. I would keep a close eye to this level here, 42.94 to 42.90. That's going to be your go ahead. What you want to see is you want to see us pop here and then you're targeting this level here. So if you want to, minimize your trading tomorrow, because I think you can see some chop here, especially somebody said, is Apple earnings tomorrow?
After hours.
Yeah, I mean, I think they can cause some major fireworks tomorrow with that alone. So I would definitely watch that tomorrow. Okay, so this is my ultimate long plays here, right? My ultimate short plays. I'd like for them to, not peak far, but just come back and then do something like this, and then you could, target the opposite. I know it sounds crazy, but this is definitely doable. I think this scenario here would be doable as long as they crack above this level and they come back inside, this level is doable. Because everybody on that I've read Twitter for 15 minutes today is, oh man, the Bears are done. This is done. Sorry, but we just dumped 560 points, and you
Yeah,
think
but
the
we're
Bears are done?
magically above the 200-day moving average, so
Who gives a fuck?
everybody and their brother thinks it's a go.
That's good. If anyone gave a fuck about 200 moving average ever, that'd be great.
They
I'm
had it
sure
on the
it is.
TV. They had it on CNBC. They were mentioning it. It's like, okay,
That's great.
whatever.
I think you can see where and how volume plays much easier than any moving average, in my opinion. What moving average was a 41.40?
49.
49. Besides, there's no moving average that was there.
I'm just saying, if a lot of people think of the 200-day moving average, then more retailers jump in at that time.
Oh, of course.
That's
Yeah.
all I'm saying.
Oh,
so.
no, I'm not laughing at you. I'm just laughing at people. Wouldn't it be such an easy, if you're a billionaire and you provide education to people and you tell them these moving averages work great. And whatever they do, you just do the opposite. The only thing they can't hide is volume, but they've never been able to hide that, right? Volume is super, super important because it's the only tool, only indicator that they can't hide because they have to report it. They have to buy it and you see it.
It regulates.
It's just validation of your auction. I mean, if you don't have it, you're not gonna really do much with it. So
It would literally be a guessing game then if you didn't have at least something truthful to base it off of.
oh yeah.
Thank you for introducing me to it, Shorty.
To moving averages?
Volume profile, bro.
Yes.
Volume.
69.
Talking about volume.
Do you guys see what else is here? Did you guys look at your monthly charts at all?
Yeah, we have the October POC. We're above it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna move this one right here. And this becomes huge. This becomes huge because over this, everything points that you're gonna grind in the same, this is basically how this can go. I'm gonna try to keep this drawing here. Put a low, they would go here, they would trade, give a little flag. Jake posts on November 20th, bull flag.
Flag. Yep.
We're gonna go higher, we're gonna reject, we're gonna come here. That we should be there by November 22nd. If they wanna do it, could be tomorrow, honestly, if they if they wanna execute this quickly, they could do that. But I would anticipate to have some kind of run like this between these volume nodes and liquidities. Because think about it, they don't just go, you know, never has happened unless they have a really strong short cover rally. And I do think if you're able to crack this level here, that, you know, they can eventually pop this and drive it to each one of these levels. And they would give, you know, 30, 40 points in between. The closer you get to POC, the less reward you have.
The POC there is huge. That node there on the POC.
Yeah, this one here, yeah, this, I mean, that we cracked it, but it's a valid crack. And why do I say it's valid? Well, I just looked at it and the delta is 43,000.
Well,
so somebody released some serious coin to move this market today. And no one other than your Uncle Sam. So somehow I'm sure BlackRock is not purchasing these past few days.
You mean to push it up, right?
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
They're all over it. And now think about what the retail is going to see here. Does anyone see it yet? Or how about something like this?
Up in here. Oh, head and shoulders. Okay.
You don't think they're seeing this?
Yeah, the upside down inverse head and shoulders.
They're all watching it, and all measurements are going to lead to POC, and they're going to be looking for calls. And then just like people were shorting, what's going to happen here? People are going to be late buying, and we auction higher so we can stop the buying. And eventually the process just continues, right? Do you guys remember this level here? I told you it could be a massive run here, and they pretty much executed this to a penny here. They went to 47.85. Now I would expect them, you know, in terms of higher levels, it's going to be 4872. They're going to probably tag these single prints here. I don't know what I just did. They're probably coming for these single prints right here. Or skinny belly protection, if you want to call it a volume profile. And then you see here, this is going to be, I mean, this is going to be a major inflection point. Like, look at this. This is your September value area low. And then you have August value area low. I mean, it will take some serious convincing on volume and buying to crack this level. If they crack this 14.96, I don't think there's much stopping them. This is going to be quick. They're going to push this bad boy here super quick, and it could be by this end of the week.
Are you on NQ now?
Yeah.
We got like 69 points of single prints on that NASDAQ on that one day. 69
today
points. No. For
or this here?
if we're looking up, basically
Oh yeah.
between 1480-ish, 14,880 and 14,949.
Yeah, I'm sure.
We got a
We can find
huge
them.
thing of single print. Oh, you can
We
see it
can-
right there.
Well, let's look at it right now. We just have to change this guy to like 30. So
And then go regular time. Yeah, there you go. See?
yeah, there's a little bit of space to gap down. You have single print starting here at 78 all the way to 80 points. Yeah, 80 something points, probably 90 points. Get it for sure. So I have him at 880,
Yeah,
driving
that's
all
where I
the
have
way
it start.
to 4953. So I would say this is a good target that they're probably gonna go for it. I would not ignore this high volume node that you have here. I would not ignore this. Why is this not showing the box? I would not ignore like this little volume node here because we are in the lowercase p. Right, I'll be interested to see how we do at that level, right? If we're able to crack that level, this would be my point that I watch if you're gonna run a lot higher. If you crack this level here, then what would that mean? What would you target? You can fill this, guys. This can fill here pretty quickly. I would say probably 10 minutes at 350 to 4, this is filled.
I got
Um,
14,857 as a value area. If I just took those few days that we had before we did the drop, remember we had like 3 or 4 days POC or value. You know what I'm talking about?
Hold on one second, I'm just trying to mark this bad boy here. The Virgin. I think you're referring to.
If you go to a 30-minute and then you take the
I think you're talking about here
those
or here.
no, those down there, the ones below there. It's like 3 days or so. I wasn't using TPO. I was just using volume profile.
Yeah, that's fine. It's adjusting. So what were you saying?
Well, I created a volume profile, fixed volume profile, just taking in those 3 days, and I
These
have a
three
value
days?
area. Not
Or
not the
these?
bottom ones. Those that exactly those.
Yeah. So
And
your
that
range
gives me
size
a
here.
14,857 as sort of a value area high for that. So I looked at it like we're coming back into that range. That's a trading range we've been trading. We're coming back in. And if we break that, then we've got a little bit of distance, 30 points or so, and then we've got single prints.
It would be pretty much same exact setup as ES. You're above that POC on 3 days, right? And you're holding this level. The key is that you don't dip below this level. And if you look, what else lines up with that level? Pretty actually good. What do you have, an L period here?
Total skinny belly.
Well, you have single prints here, and basically this level that you can't lose is also the level where the bulls would show up. So this bulls cannot lose. They need to kind of protect this, right? They might get it filled and fixed, but they should definitely bounce here. This would be really, really important for a bounce, right? And we'll check where we are at ETH just so I can get a feel. Ooh. Wow. Okay, well, we are headed for this range here. Yeah, we are headed for this right here. We should be rejecting off of this POC Does everybody understand why would we target this POC here? I'm talking about this.
It's a P, and
P
it has
shape
a lot of
is on
volume.
top.
So that's where they accumulated a lot of time, right? When you think about it, we had an ETH session where they accumulated and they sold off.
Mhm.
So it did happen after hours, but this level clearing this range right here, probably triggers around all the way that we talked about, I would say up, right?
That about
And this,
650-ish. Yeah, 37.
yeah. These are SPs here. So for me, as long as you're holding this tomorrow, you're good. You have your VPOC somewhere in the bottom, and it seems like, they accumulated this today greatly here. They put oh my God, they put a lot of traps on NQ here.
Mhm.
They dipped below, but they really look at the wicks. I mean, they also had some selling at the value area high. What you want to see on this candle here is really, really important. What do you want to see on this candle here?
Volume.
We need to see a spike. And look at this.
Mhm.
I would say that's a pretty good spike on volume. That's real, it's picking up. So small volume, small body, effort result match, and then this one picks up. Then they start selling off. This is not really an anomaly, right? They're just consolidating here. If we had, opposite, right? It's small volume, small body. So no anomalies yet here. But this was a good break here. So could they come back here to this exact level and defend this? Maybe even lower, maybe like 77 area to about 83. Yeah, definitely. This would be a huge level, which happens to be the previous 3-day value area low where we found value before somebody market generated information triggered a sell-off, and they came back and retested and they said, are you sure we should go lower? And then boom, they continued, and the rest. So now if you're able to crack this level here, just pay attention to, I'm going to highlight from this break right here all the way to down so you can see where's the volume. Now look where the volume is. So, the sell and the reaccumulation. And if you don't do that, we can only do this piece, and you'll see the POC is still going to be in the top range on the P shape. Right now, you're going to be knocking to get inside this range here. Let me make sure I'm on ETH here.
In September.
And look at this. We are inside this range, right? They're trying to kind of develop here right now. So can they accumulate here again and then pop higher? I would say definitely.
Yeah.
If they want to get a move from here, look at the skinny belly that we have, right? On the sell-off, right? That we are aware of, single prints.
Mhm.
If we crack this level here, this happens so quick here, and then you're going to be targeting probably some of these levels to the upside. I would just identify if there's any, VPOCs, and I would definitely make sure to mark those. And you definitely have some, right? You have some here, right? You have some right here. I would mark that. I don't know if that's a VPOC. Definitely this POC.
I think
I'm marking the
1540
monthlies.
is a 15 like 42-ish. I think is a VPOC, or maybe I'm
Let's
off.
let's see the volume profile. So you have this one here, 14806. I would call that a VPOC because this occurred midnight right here. I would say this is 100%
1545, isn't that one?
1545. This one is, yeah, this one's definitely a VPOC. I just didn't get there yet. This is definitely VPOC. And I would ultimately think that they revisit 15127, and then, if you include this whole range as a consolidation, whatever that POC is here, right, it would be a massive POC. So this will be a first one where they could trap, sell some, recover, come back to this 4960, 60 points drop. So basically somewhere, drive here and then come back. And this would be a good retest here that they come back and then drive all the way to 15.3 here. And I think at this level would be a decent level for some puts. I did buy some spot puts today, but it was just a starter pack for me. I'm not looking to make a killing, and I didn't go far out. It was playing November 17s. So I'm looking for a first dip that I can make 50-60% on those puts, and if I don't, I'll keep my tight stop, not more than 50% on those, because they are swing for me. Retest here to 14.6 would be amazing. This would be beautiful if they give it to us tomorrow. And look, if we lose this level here, I mean, holy crap, guys, it happens so quick. And you look at this bulls can't lose level. I mean, the more I look at this level, the more it's like pivotal.
14.6 is the PDPOC.
Yeah, so this one here is 14.6 POC, and the bulls can't lose level where the single print stop, if you guys remember, matches the value area high. So this level here is pretty damn important.
The 674?
681, yeah.
681. Is that it?
If you guys want to hear something funny, today I had a guy argue with me that 3010 is is month first, date second. And I just gave up. I was like,
3010.
yeah, I was like,
3010 is what?
no, I thought he was serious. And he
Which
was
month
serious.
is that?
I thought I was being pranked, and I was like, okay, you're right. I was like, I'm sorry.
What was he talking about? 3010.
Yeah, it was it was a financial system configurations that they're presenting, and he said 3010. I'm like, okay, well maybe you should change it to like US format, and he's like, it is.
European,
and
yeah.
I'm like, it's not. And he's like, it sure
Today
is.
at the office, they loaded some data for 31st September. I was saying, like, what are you guys doing? I just copied and loaded. How come you can load? Like, oh, sorry, I didn't realize the date. It messed up all the averages.
That 681 is in between my previous week high and the PD past day high.
This is a huge level for them to bounce. And if anything, the first bounce should happen here.
3010, that'd be October 30th, wouldn't that have been?
Yeah. Hopefully, yeah, you guys caught that, yeah. But yeah, this would be my first bounce here. And if you guys look, this is gonna be massive if they lose this level. They go here quick. I would short this. Probably right below this volume node here. I would definitely short below this level. Below here, I would catch that. Losing this, I would say we accelerate down to this level. I would not look to short at this level, considering they had this massive manipulation here and accumulation, if you want to call it, from 9. When did they start? Let's call it 9, 10, 20 till 3 o'clock. They accumulated here heavily, and you see the selling went down. The buying was great. They came back down, and then rocket.
Mm-hmm.
All right. All right, guys. Well, that's it for me. I don't have much. If anyone's interested in joining from YouTube, we have a few spots open. I think we have 17 spots left for the Discord. You're welcome to join. I think Catching Rockets has the link in the bio. Other than that, I don't have much. Sunday, I scheduled a class for you guys. If you guys struggled with the first section, it wouldn't be a bad idea for you guys to go through the PowerPoint or rewatch the class, so you guys can kind of be on the same speed of market profile. Second one picks up more, has a little bit more complexity than the first one. So at least that way you guys are building up to the knowledge, not chasing it.
Is there a particular
Sure.
book that's good for the TPO stuff you're going over?
I would say, Peter Stadlmeyer has the best one. I have the digital version of Voice for the class from him as well. There's 2 tapes that were they were just not really good quality, so I'm talking back to them, see if they can help fix it.
Are those the tapes from 1984 that you're talking about?
That's exact
Okay.
class that will teach you TPO, right? So I think
Okay.
it would help probably a lot of you guys to just listen to it and kind of go along
Where
with
do
it.
you have it at in books, Shorty?
I think there's a markets in profile. I think there's a book. I think we have a link. PDF. I have a hard copy, but I'll see if I have a.
Okay,
Is it
please.
Peter's book, Shorty?
No, it's not. Well, I don't have the latest copy.
Okay, please let us know if you do get it, sir. I'd love to hear.
I'm pretty sure there's a PDF somewhere. I'll find it.
Yeah, there's one. I think there's one that you could put voice to it.
Oh, I don't know about all that. I can't.
Shorty?
I can't listen to books.
When is the next PowerPoint coming out? And is there a test tomorrow?
Tomorrow, you guys are gonna get the quiz, and this quiz is basically to see how do you do before you attend the next class, and then you would take the quiz and go from there.
Yeah.
Okay, and
By the way,
PowerPoint?
PowerPoint will be uploaded Sunday because I want to see you guys take the test quiz without it.
Tricky. Okay.
Yay.
How many guys took the new quiz? Somebody actually did really good.
I don't even where.
On the same quiz link that we had.
I don't even know where it is.
Yeah, there's Angel is my biggest person taking it. He took like
Good.
14 quizzes.
Where do you have it at, man?
Same link that I had, Docs, Google. I shared that.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll post it. You don't need to take it just yet. We still have probably a handful
Angel,
of
you can just
questions, so-
search for quiz. It pops up the link.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. But it's disabled, so you won't be able to take it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got a lot of notes, so
Okay, good.
I don't know how good I'll do, but I got a lot of notes. I've been writing a lot of, and asking a lot of questions. So
No, it's good. And I think it's important that you guys really pick up the first set of knowledge. It's almost like any language. You got to understand the grammar and the basics before you can go along
Yeah.
and learn more.
Yeah.
A lot of people jump in and they're so
volume.
worried about executing the trade and making money that you really, really don't even focus at all on what you're learning and how do you apply it. Which
It took a
it's
while
almost,
for volume profile, so it's gonna take a minute for a TPO. I mean, it's not just gonna be overnight for me, anyway.
well, I think for many, I just think many are impatient to learn.
Yeah.
And then you rush the process. It's like becoming a doctor. I mean, you can make serious money trading. What makes you think that it's going to be less difficult to make same amount of money as doctor consistently? It's okay
Yeah.
to hit 10 trades in a row and then lose everything on the 11. That's not going to get you far. But to establish the mindset, the skills, your own set of rules, what you trade by, and it's not, I don't even know if it's rules, honestly. Once you understand market generated information, it just becomes, I guess, the system and the process becomes your rule indirectly. If you're reclaiming PDPOC and you're looking to short right about that, certain things don't make sense, right? When you look at the data that's being presented by market. So, all right, guys. Well, I'll post that tomorrow after the watch list, and you guys will be good to go.
Thanks a lot,
Thank
Shorty.
you.
Thanks,
Yeah,
Shorty.
Shorty.
I'll be live
Have a
tomorrow
nice
as well.
day.
So, see you guys.
Yay, you'll be live.
Alrighty, bye bye.
Thanks, Shorty. Good
Good
night.
night, everybody.
Yeah, guys.
I don't.
Good night, everybody.